Yo, welcome back. Another podcast. So, you made it this far, well done. If you are my New Zealand brigade, g'day. If you're my Australia brigade, g'day. And all the rest of you, ni hao, dzień dobry, hello, bonjour, buongiorno, ciao bella. Yes, about my lot. I can't think of anything else. Salut. I just think of in-betweeners. Salut. What am I talking about today? Diet. And I don't mean Diet Coke. Or do I? Maybe. Who knows? Fun fact, before we get any further. You'll like this one. So you might have seen a little bit of chat going around about this volcano in Indonesia with the blue lava. Now, at first, I thought that this is just someone's talking shit here. They're taking the piss. What are they on about? So I looked it up because that's just me. I just have to look these things up because they just draw me in. Yeah, basically, it's not blue lava, but what it is, it's got a really high sulfur content. So what's happening is as the magma leaves the volcano, the high sulfur content reacts with the oxygen in the air. The magma that's now lava acts as the igniter, which starts the fire, and the sulfur is just burning off. And when you burn sulfur, you get a blue flame. So this blue lava that's running down is actually just a blue flame on top of regular coloured lava, but because it's such a strong blue flame, you can't see the red lava underneath. So it looks blue, but it's not. It's just a sulfur burning off. There you go. Fun fact for you. Sulfur for any of you. Don't say phosphorus. Sulfur. Think eggs. Diet, that was it. Yeah. I wanted to shed some light on diet. And I don't mean diet as in like losing or gaining weight. I mean diet as in just what you consume. And wait for the tedious link. How it has affected me, my mental health and my mood and my energy and my everything off of just some regular tweaks. Like, I still had McDonald's today for lunch because I was in town. I felt like it. I'm a rebel. What are you going to do? Whoop whoop. Fuck the police. So you don't have to cut out all the fun. But, just, what have I done? What's worked for me? What do I recommend to any of you? What little changes can you make that don't really cost the earth or make a great deal of odds? So I'm going to rattle it off. Hopefully it's helpful. I certainly think it is. Chris, I've mentioned before, he's tweaked his diet. He's taken on board a few of the things I've recommended. He also sort of swears by it now. Like, mood is better, energy is better, just overall health. Like, you can't really put a finger on it. It's just like the diet we were eating before wasn't particularly bad. Like, it's a pretty balanced, healthy diet. If you went and asked your GP, should I change my diet? They'd probably say no. They'd probably say, do what you do, you're fine. You're a healthy weight, you're fine. Don't worry about it. However, I thought, something's not right here. I feel a bit lethargic. I feel a bit stodgy. Like, I was starting to wonder, should I be trying gluten-free? And I still might try that just to see if there's any benefit, because kind of until you try it, I don't really know. They reckon that a lot of us are actually gluten agitated, would be a better way of wording it. So it's not that we should all be gluten-free, but it's kind of like a lot of us, we have a very high content in our diet. It agitates our system, and therefore leaves us feeling a little bit lower energy, but we don't really know it. It's like a sort of suppression that we're not even aware of, and it's not until you remove it and you're like, fucking hell, I feel better. That's kind of what's happened with me in my diet. So the first thing that I have changed and really recommend, fibre. It's the most boring one of the lot, but I was looking into it, listening to podcasts, listening to experts in the field, doing loads of homework on it, and basically the outcome is there is no maximum point of fibre. So it's not like some supplements and vitamins and that, there's obviously a top end dose that they don't really recommend you go past. Some things there's even a lethal dose if you really went to town on it. Fibre is not one of them. All the studies, all the things I've found, fibre, you literally cannot eat too much. Like, the more you eat, the better. It literally, just the correlation keeps going up. In terms of gut health and gut bacteria, the more fibre you can put in there, the better. And you literally can't eat enough. And they're not worried about you even hitting a point of eating enough, because for you to eat the highest fibre diet and then eat so much of it, you just wouldn't do it, because you'd just be eating like sawdust all day, basically. Like, you wouldn't do it. Your own sort of appetite and palatability is just out the window. So I found just pushing that fibre. So like my packed lunch when I'm at work, I have natural Greek yogurt. I may or may not put some raw honey in it. Depends on where I'm at and whether I think I can warrant the calories or not. I don't count calories. I just kind of keep a tally in my mind of, did something bad. Probably should not do something bad later. However, I have had McDonald's for lunch and my yogurt's got honey in it now. So, yeah, not overly strict on it. But I try to keep tabs on it. Anyway, so Greek yogurt. Raw honey. The raw honey helps you sleep. It helps this, that and the other. It's really good for your immune system, blah, blah, blah. We kind of all know we should be eating raw honey. Supermarket honey has been boiled. It's been this, it's been that, it's been the other. It's kind of knocked all the medicinal benefits of honey out of it. I don't want to sound too tin hat, but it has, basically. So when you see honey on the side of the road for sale, pick some up, because that hasn't been tampered with. It's just honey. It's good as gold. And 1 teaspoon is 1 bee's life's work, so respect that shit. You don't need very much. I generally have about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon a day, roughly, and I'll either have it in my yogurt, or sometimes I literally just have 1/4 spoon out of the jar before I go to bed. That mixed with magnesium, my dreams are fucking wild, but my sleep quality is amazing. So in that yogurt, I keep going off on a tangent. Greek yogurt, full fat, don't be afraid. Fat's not bad, calories are, if you have too many. Sugar ain't great for you either. But the fat is not a problem, so don't be scared by it. For ages, they was like, oh no, it's got fat in it, that. Yeah, that's fine. Fat, your body likes running on fat, it's good. Full fat Greek yogurt. Not too much, not too little. Raw honey. And the next thing I chuck in is I just buy mixed seeds, just a bag of mixed seeds. It looks like the sort of shit you're putting out on the bird table. It's got pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds. Flax seeds are really good in omega-3. There's not much in it because they're fucking tiny, and you're not going to sit there and eat a kilo of flax seeds, are you? So I literally put as much in that yogurt as I can put in there, really, without it just becoming seeds with a bit of yogurt in them. So I fucking pile it in. And chia seeds, tiny little black things, really good. I think they're over 20% protein, I swear they are. Which, for those of you that are trying to watch your protein intake and hit those targets, that's a handy little booster. Alright, it's not like you're putting 100 grams in, so you're going to get 20 grams of protein out of it, but it's good. But you've also got mixed sizes, so when it sits in your gut later, the mixed sizes support different bacteria, all that sort of shit. It's really good for you. Quite recently really, within the last few months and years, there's been loads of sort of good advancement in gut microbiome and the bacteria. We literally cannot replicate or give you a recipe for the ultimate gut bacteria. Sorry if this is just boring to you. Feel free to skip it. I think this is fascinating, so I want to talk about it. Gut bacteria, yeah, you literally... There is no recipe. It's not like a scientist can take a sample of your shit and go, right, you're a bit down on this bacteria, but you've got a good amount of that. There isn't a calculation yet. They haven't figured it out. It's so unknown. It's basically like more is better. Whatever it is, just more is better. They haven't found a point at which there is a diminishing return. So get as much fibre in as you can. That will help the bacteria, which aids digestion. All your fucking immune system comes from your gut. Your energy, your testosterone levels, all your hormones, everything. Like, it is all regulated. Testosterone doesn't come from the gut, obviously, but the gut controls something, which controls something, which controls something, which tells how much testosterone you need, or estrogen, or dopamine, or serotonin, and all of these things. If you've got a absolutely knackered gut biome, you're knackered. So that's why antibiotics make you feel like shit afterwards. They kill the infection, but they also wipe out all your gut bacteria. And if you wipe that out too badly, it could potentially be damaged permanently if you were unfortunate enough to be like back-to-back antibiotics because of whatever. But even if you have just a fairly hefty dose, you can knock that for a long time. It takes a very, very long time to build up that gut bacteria again. So look after it. But if you're heaving the fibre in there and you're heaving everything that bacteria needs to be proactive and productive, well, your chance of infection is lower in the first place. So use it as a preventative measure for ever needing antibiotics. It's a win-win, as well as the improved mood, clarity, all this stuff. I swear by it. As you can tell, I'm mildly passionate about the subject, even though it's just the bacteria in your shit. But I think it's important. I've been heaving fibre into my diet, and I'm not going back. Like, it's night and day. It's so obvious when I've had a decent like fibre intake. I literally just put seeds on everything. It's the easiest way I can find to do it. Put seeds on fucking everything I possibly can, and just spend 5 minutes just Googling like high fibre foods, and just when you cook a meal, can you just sneak some of that into it? Like, I'll have a salad and just sprinkle chia seeds over the top of it. They don't really make any odds to the meal. You don't really taste them. Like, but there, I'm just pushing a bit of fibre in wherever I can. Like, you can put them on steak. It doesn't change the steak. It just get that fibre in a bit more. It seems a bit obsessive, but that's just where I've ended up. Because I know if we've run out of seeds or whatever, or just I've had like 3-4 days where I haven't really had that high fibre, I noticed my mood dwindles, like my energy levels are dwindling. I'm just on a bit of a downer. So I've twigged now. It's like, what's going on? Why don't I feel fit, sort of thing. Like it's sort of it's like a fitness thing almost, like why am I not functioning as well as I could be? What's going on? And it's like, right, fibre. That's why I've got this yogurt again, because I haven't had it for a couple of days. So it's like, right, I've heaved it in, and I'm just going to get that fibre back in. And I know tomorrow I'll probably wake up feeling just that bit better, a bit more clarity about me. So that's fibre. I mentioned magnesium with the honey, so I may as well talk supplements now. There's millions out there. You can literally go to town on it. And to be honest, there's some I couldn't possibly tell you that I feel any different. So I take vitamin D, especially because I'm somebody that really struggles with that SAD in the winter. As soon as like I'm not getting that solar input, I'm just tired. I'm just drained. Like, especially when the clocks change. That's it. That's like me done. I'm hibernating for the winter. I'm done. Vitamin D obviously also helps with your immune system quite a lot. So I didn't really want to be constantly getting bugs over winter. Hasn't really gone to plan yet because the other week I was rough. But I don't really know what happened there because I was really, like, I caught a bit of a bug and then I had a wisdom tooth, decided, like, fuck it, let's go for it. And then I think I got an ear infection as well, and I literally had all three in the same day, and I was just like, it killed me. But I don't know if the wisdom tooth stressed my body, which allowed a bug to get hold of me, or vice versa, or if the ear infection was anything to do with any of it, or if that just jumped on the bandwagon. It's like, cool, this guy's feeling rough, let's just get him. So that knocked me, but I've no idea, because it might have just been the wisdom tooth, in which case there's nothing you can really do about that. Haven't got a clue. So yeah, take vitamin D, 4,000 IU a day, which is the top end point of diminishing return recommendation. Nothing fancy. Get them on Amazon. Tiny little capsule. Take one a day. That one, I can't tell you that I feel any different for it. I think I do, because I haven't really noticed that I've got this. What is SAD? I'm gonna Google it. It's seasonal something disorder, isn't it? Is it activity? SAD meaning. I don't want to feel sad. No, what is? It is seasonal affective disorder. There you go. Seasonal affective disorder. So yeah, I know I'm somebody that gets wiped out by that. So I think my exhaustion levels that I normally experience in winter are slightly less. I still feel pretty tired, but it's hard to tell because I have been overcooking it a little bit the last couple of weeks. So me feeling tired now might just be down to that. I've no idea. But I do feel better than previous winters, that's for sure. What else do I take? Lion's mane capsules. So lion's mane, if you don't know, is a mushroom. The enzymes and the things in the mushroom, I won't Google it and get nerdy about it because some of you don't really give a shit. And if you do want to know, just look up Paul Stamets and he'll explain it all. Basically, lion's mane contains a compound which literally grows back brain cells or brain neuroreceptory doofers. As you can tell, it's working well for me. So I just wanted a bit more mental clarity. That's all I wanted. I know that I'm somebody that struggles with a bit of brain fog once in a while, or quite often. Mainly because I've got a lot going on in my head normally. I'm always just in my own little world thinking about, oh, what about this? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? So I wanted a bit more clarity. So the lion's mane's in there for that. That's another one. I can't really tell you that I feel the difference, but I trust the science and I'm sure it's doing something. It's kind of like, you don't really know unless you took it away, but even then, would you really know? Same with the vitamin D. I'd probably feel it if I took it away, give it a few days to run out my system. I'd probably feel a bit more, but I don't really want to stop taking it to find out because I quite like the way I feel currently. I can't remember how many milligrams they are. Again, tiny little capsules. Amazon, find it. No dramas. I take magnesium, 250 milligrams a day. I generally take that about an hour before bed. So I have the magnesium and I have a bit of raw honey about an hour before bed. Just when I'm pottering around in the kitchen anyway. And before I took either of those two before bed, I don't dream. I dream all day. My brain is like hyperactive all day. But I don't dream unless I'm ill normally. When I'm ill and you have that like supernova sweat on and you get over hot, then I'll have a crazy dream. But the rest of the time, never. Never ever have a dream. Started taking that stuff and it's like, boom, fucking weird dreams. But I feel way more refreshed in the morning because I feel I'm having a way deeper sleep. Like I am out for the count. I didn't exactly sleep lightly before, but now I wake up feeling like, Christ, I've been in a coma. Like, what year is it? So yeah, I really recommend them. And I do notice that when I don't take that, if I've gone away in the van for a couple of days and I've forgotten it, or we've run out and I haven't ordered enough, then I notice that my sleep is different for not taking that. The magnesium also helps the uptake of the vitamin D. So some of that vitamin D would just go to waste without the magnesium, because I need the added magnesium in my diet to help metabolize and utilize that vitamin D. So they're the supplement. Well, all by one. One last supplement. Anybody fitnessy will know what I'm on about. The rest of you, or any anti-fitnessy brigade, probably going to roll your eyes right now. Creatine. I take about 4 grams of creatine a day. I started taking it for the jiu-jitsu. So creatine is a protein. Rough science, basically, you have a loading phase with creatine. When you first start taking it, it takes about 10 days for it to saturate into the muscles and the brain. Then, once that's done its thing, after about 10 days, all it really does is hold water in the muscles and the brain, which when you're doing a hard workout, obviously the muscles stay hydrated better, which is better for them, so they aid performance. So they reckon you're about 8% stronger, and you can do another 14 reps when working out thanks to having creatine. That to me doesn't really apply because I don't really do gym work. The bit that really sold it to me was actually it holds water in the brain, which it's not a bad thing. It hydrates the brain, that's a better way of doing it. Aid brain hydration, which means better mental clarity and better at coping with sort of fatigue. So for me, and anybody that's done jiu-jitsu, you realise that you get fucking hot, and once you're hot and you're cooked, you can't think straight. And if you've got somebody a bit higher belt or whatever, and they're bullying you around a little bit, or just somebody pretty skillful, as soon as you get a bit gassed, it goes out the window. Like your mental clarity is just gone. You will make a mistake within 30 seconds, if that, 10 seconds probably, and you'll be submitted because you made that mistake. I found that as soon as I hit that 10-day loading phase, my jiu-jitsu game just boom, up a notch straight away. Like mental clarity, I could see my game plan better. I knew how I was going to approach rolling with someone. I had better sort of energy levels and reduced fatigue off the back of it. Much better. Swear by it. Absolutely swear by it. And I would say it's not even for anybody fitnessy. If you don't work out at all, don't worry about it. You can still take creatine. It's not a steroid. It's nothing scary. It's just a form of protein which aids hydration in the muscles and in the brain. I've got my missus taking it now. She has what's she been taking it? About 3 weeks probably. Well, she was complaining before of baby brain and struggling at work to sort of remember what she's up to, and like any women out there, you know what baby brain is. So she was sort of fumbling, like, I want to do something about it. I said, well, just try the creatine because that's why I'm taking it. It works for me. You may as well try it. There's no harm in trying it. So she's been taking about 3 weeks. She swears by it now as well. She's like, I've never been, since having a kid, I've never been this cognitive. So she's doing the same as me. The same vitamin D, lion's mane, magnesium, creatine. Fish oil is on my hit list. Not omega-3, fish oil. There's 2 different types. Can't remember them. 3-letter abbreviations. They're on my they're my hit list. But I haven't got that far yet. So yeah, that's supplements. Coffee. I bloody love a coffee. However, 1's nice, 2's company, 3's a crowd. If I have 3 coffees on a work day, especially if I have them fairly quickly in the morning. So if I've had 3 coffees before midday, put it that way, I'll have irritable mood and anxiety will be well up there. Like, yeah. My sort of fidgety snappiness that comes off the back of anxiety, especially if there's something stressful going on as well, is extra stressful. I hate extra like anxiety going on. So anybody out there struggling with anxiety, are you drinking too much coffee? Just go back to 1 a day. If you do want to go cold turkey on the job, great, but just rein it in a bit. Whereas I was boshing out 5, 6 like proper coffees, not instant shit, like proper coffees. And it was just giving me the jitters, anxiety was horrendous, all the rest of it. I didn't realise it was the coffee. I just felt that was me. That's just who I am and how I operate. It wasn't until I kind of just tried reining in the coffee just to see. Mainly because I figured it probably isn't doing me any good. I started reining in the coffee and immediately it's like, yeah, that's it. Because I know I have one every morning, just like, cool, I like starting my day with it. Generally have a second one when I get to work. And then I always used to have one at sort of 10, 11 o'clock when we stopped for breakfast. But I've dropped that now. I just get to 2 and it's like, no, you're right, mate. Because I know the anxiety starts creeping in. And it's such a weird concept. I feel real like nervy and just completely out of whack. So it's like, right, that's got to go. So I drink tea or decaf. If decaf's offered to me for whatever situation, I'll just take decaf then after that. I used to be like, no caffeine after midday. But all that really did for me, I basically then saw that as like, right, get as much caffeine as I can before midday, which was fucking me up completely. So, yeah, now it's like, nah, 2 coffees, call it there, get on the decaf, works nicely for me. Bit of tea now, actually. Oh, that's good, that. Yorkshire tea, it's the only way to go. Anybody that's drinking anything other than Yorkshire, you're a serial killer. So yeah, that's the caffeine situation. You don't have to worry about green teas and all that if you don't like them. I've tried it. Green tea just doesn't have that grasp that I need it to have. No one craves a green tea, do they? A bit like decaf coffee, innit? Decaf coffee just doesn't. There isn't one that tastes the same. You cannot give me a decaf coffee and go, it tastes the same as all the other stuff. No, it tastes like shit, fuck off. So, yeah. What's that diet, isn't it? Yeah. I don't need to go into the rest of it. You know what a healthy diet is. If you're eating too much shit, eat less shit. Processed food is, well, there's more and more research being done on that and how bad that is for you. We were designed to chew food. Yeah, so you look at any other, well, I say carnivore, but you look at any other omnivore, it chews stuff. Yeah, dogs chew bones, cat chew things. Like, anything that's designed to eat meat chews stuff. And for dogs in particular, chewing thing eases anxiety. It's like it does so much for them. It's unreal. It's not just like, oh, you should give your dog Dentastix for their teeth. Yes, but they're designed to chew things. Like, they're meant to. They're bred to. It's good for them to do that. We're no exception. Why do you think we have chewing? Why do you think so many people are addicted to chewing gum? Like, it's alright, chewing gum also tastes nice, blah, blah, blah. But chewing relieves anxiety in us. As well as when we eat food, is as we're chewing it, that's why they say, chew your food. The enzymes in your saliva aid the digestion, which also then, as we know, makes you feel better for having better digestion. When it gets to your gut, it's in a better situation, so you're helping that gut bacteria again. So if you're eating a whole load of processed food that you basically just squash in your mouth and swallow it, where's the chewing? Like, you're not chewing anything. Whereas we don't like chewing now because we got lazy. Do it, our jaw muscles aren't there. It's tiring and achy and this is too chewy. It's meant to be. Food is meant to be chewy. You think of hunter-gatherers, what did they eat? They ate meat and nuts and berries and seeds. All things that are quite chewy. Like wild game, venison and stuff, that's chewy meat. But nowadays it's been painted out that chewy is bad. And we should all want like A5 Wagyu because it's, look at the marbling in it and all the rest of it. I don't doubt it tastes incredible. I've never had Wagyu. I'd like to try it. I don't doubt the taste is there and the flavour. But it's basically real life processed meat. It's, the structure's been taken out of it. We are meant to chew stuff. So if your diet is high on the processed side, perhaps just fucking have a steak. Why do you think it feels so fucking good for having a steak? I found this, when I think about it, if we get a steak and I have steak for tea, I literally feel better. And like, the flavours, meh, here or there, depending on where you get it from. Sometimes it's amazing, other times it's that was a bit bland. But my mood is elevated. And it's only because I've been chewing. I've had to chew something. And it's not just like pasta or mint. Like, you know, spaghetti bolognese, lovely meal. You don't really have to chew it, do you? Because mince is already processed. Even if it's like real crisp, clean, perfect mince because you got it from the butcher's or whatever. It's been processed. The structure's been taken out of it. You can swallow mince as it is. It's not, you don't have to chew it. Same with the pasta. It's pasta. You don't have to chew it. So just get a bit of something in your diet you've got to chew once in a while. Have steak more often. Add that to the prescription. Perhaps I'll do a thing one day of all the prescriptions I've made for you guys. Jiu-jitsu, ice bath, budgie smugglers. What else was there? Steak now. Oh, I don't know, something else. I'll have a prescription list for all of you lot so that you know what you're meant to be doing. But yeah, that's my take on diet. I'm not here to tell you how many calories you should or shouldn't be having. If you're fat, eat less. If you're thin, eat more. Unless, of course, you have eating disorders, in which case I am not going to go into that realm because it's not my area. I don't think it's... There's plenty of other fake experts out there that will have their opinion on what you should and shouldn't be doing, but I disagree with that sort of concept. I think if you don't know it, shut your mouth. All I'm trying to do in my podcast here is share my experiences with things that I do in my life that aid well-being, my mental state, my physical state, all the rest of it. I also want to add that my diet and my supplement side of things, they're all things that in theory boost metabolism. Yes, so the ice bath will be boosting my metabolism slightly. Exercise, jiu-jitsu, my diet, the added fibre and all the rest of it should all be boosting my metabolism a little bit. Which, when you're wanting to watch your weight a bit more, or just keep tabs on your weight and not let things fluctuate too heavily, a slightly faster metabolism is a good thing because it gives you a bit of leeway for when it's like, oh, pack of biscuits there, I fancy a cup of tea. Whereas if you've got a slow metabolism, it's fucking hard for you to watch your weight because you have to be perfect. If your metabolism allows you 2,000 calories a day, you cannot get away with 2010 because if you have 2010 every day, those tens are adding up. Every 3,500 calories is roughly a pound of fat. Yeah, which seems like, what, fucking hell, I got overeat by 3,500 calories and I get a pound of fat. That's nothing. Yeah. Look how easy it is to gain weight. It's fucking hard to lose it again. You can put on a stone, piece of piss. That's the fun bit. You try getting that stone off again. It's not easy. So yeah, that's another perk of this sort of diet setup. Is a mildly boosted metabolism. It's not like I'm running at fucking 3,000 calories. It's not what's happened at all. But I have noticed that I can control my weight way better now for having this in my diet and in my life, and this lifestyle, which includes the jiu-jitsu and ice baths and everything. I found it's much easier for me to regulate my weight and lose a bit of weight if I want to, just by trimming a bit of shit out of my diet. So if I need to cut back, it's easy. I can just clean my diet right up for a few weeks and my weight will peter off and it's nice. So it's like I had a competition for jiu-jitsu a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I had to get under 85 kilos. I was about 86, 7 when I booked it. And because of my setup and my system, all I did, I just cleaned up my diet. I didn't even really cut calories or cut food quantities as such. You have to cut calories to lose weight. I don't want to mislead people, but I didn't trim back my quantity. I never went hungry. I just cleaned it up. It's like, no, there's no biscuits, no cakes, no ice cream, no beer, nothing. I'm just like cleaning my diet up. And boom, I made weight. Piece of piss, really. I hit 83, no dramas. And that wasn't a harsh cut for me. It wasn't, as much as I lost, was it 4 kilos, 4.5 kilos? Like, that was not a harsh cut. Other lads, really, like, brutal. They had to cut so hard for that fight. They were doing, like, salt baths and all sorts of shit to try and get their weight down. Whereas I found that by having this setup and this lifestyle, for me it was just like, cool, I'm just going to not have any shit for 3-4 weeks and the weight will just sort itself out. You know, I've got to monitor it, I've got to watch it and make sure it's working, because if it wasn't, I was going to have to start cutting calories or cutting my portions and stuff like that back. But this just allowed me an easier way of just keeping shit on a level that I can control it. But yeah, that's my take on diet. That's, yeah. If you want to start an argument, start talking about diets, because that really gets people riled. But yeah, sorry that was a bit loud. I'll leave you to it. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Ben Edwards Blueprint Podcast. Anything you want to know about, then fire me a message on Instagram. I will do my best to answer it, or do a podcast on it, or look into it and then do a podcast on it. Yeah, whatever. Potato, potato. If you're the person in New Zealand, send me a message, because I want to just say thank you. If you're also the person in Australia, send me a message. I would like to say, cheers, mate. Anyway, have a nice day. Goodbye.